2020, the year of Spac Stocks, and we're not done yet. Now, I haven't really spoke about too many on my channel, but I wanted to deep dive into this one because I absolutely love the sector it is in, space. And if you love investing or making money as well, go ahead and smash that like button. So this brand new Spac stock, ticker symbol NPA, it's merging, and it will be merging with a company called AST Space Mobile, and that is going to trade under ticker symbol ASTS. This is a space-based company offering internet to everybody. It's going to have satellites up in the sky, and no matter where you are, if you fall out of coverage, you will be able to connect to Space Mobile and have instant access to internet no matter where you are. And this is the first and only company that offers you direct access to your mobile phone. Every other company out there either requires expensive base stations or some sort of special satellite phone. Now, once this merger deal goes through, it will offer them $1.8 billion in equity and about $540 million in capital, which will be more than enough to launch their phase one and start developing their infrastructure. Now, let's have a little look at their investor presentation and see exactly what this company is all about. So right off the bat here from their website, the first space-based cellular broadband network for mobile phones. The first one, maybe. Will it be the last? I guess we'll find out. Let's have a little look at what their presentation's got to say. So it says they've designed to eliminate coverage gaps and enable billions of people globally to stay connected through their mobile phones. I mean, we all cannot live without internet these days, so this is something we definitely need. We need internet. And it goes on to say about its different sizes here. So it's got a 1 trillion there in global market wireless services, and 51% global population are without mobile broadband. Now, you have to take these numbers here with a pinch of salt because obviously this is the world population. So this is going to include third world countries and, you know, stuff like that. So they may not even have access to a mobile phone, so they won't want any sort of data coverage, that's for sure. So we have to bear that in mind when we're looking at these figures. Obviously, they're going to put that on their presentation, but just something to bear in mind. I imagine there is a lot of people out there with mobile phones. You can see for 51% right there. I don't know anybody myself without a mobile phone, so I imagine there is definitely room here for this. And especially if you're in like maybe rural areas, you may lose data. If you're living in the city like I do, you probably don't experience a loss of data every now and again, or the coverage not picking you up, for example. But I'm sure there are many, many millions and maybe billions of people out there that have experienced this. So before we jump into what it's all about, according to their presentation, this is their transaction summary. And there's one key thing I want to point out here. Existing shareholders will be subject to a 12-month lockup. Now, this is actually really good news for any investors in this company or potential investors in this company. What this means is if you already hold shares in this, you cannot sell them for at least 12 months. You are locked up there for 12 months, which is good because you know how volatile SPACs can be. You know, they can be up 10% one day, down 10%. We've really seen that, especially once the merger gets completed, they tend to sort of see a sell-off. This may limit some of that. This will keep the shareholders in there for the long term. So what are they all about? Well, we've already covered that it's the first and only cellular broadband network, space-based anyway, and it's compatible with all existing mobile phones. They claim here 5 billion out there right now. That is a huge amount. So anybody with a mobile phone, you don't have to get a new one, you don't have to get a special satellite phone. You can connect directly to this once this is all up and running, of course. And it says here it will give you coverage everywhere. They want to go global with this. They want to go worldwide. It's going to eliminate coverage gaps and dropped calls. I mean, to be fair, I have had dropped calls before, so that is something. I think anybody has probably experienced that at some point. And this is really cool. What it will do, it will send you a text. You're out of coverage. Would you like to turn on Space Mobile Day Pass? Yes or no. You just reply, and then it's that simple. You'll be connected to internet. Very simple structure, and it defeats a problem here. And if we go on to see what they classed as the problems, it's gonna any phone that is out of range from a cell tower, that's what they're going to eliminate. And this is quite interesting actually. A little bit further down this list, emergency service during natural disasters. I mean, that would be very, very handy. They're not classing that as their main priority though. Their main priority is still areas that are either in the rural or remote areas, and if you are out of range from a cell tower. Like I say, if you're in the city, you're probably not going to experience this as much, and it might not be as useful to you, but you've got to think how big this world is. It is huge. There are a lot of people that are probably there's quite a distance between cell towers, etc., and they may experience more and more dropout than your average city goer, if you like. And we spoke briefly about why it's different, but it's different here because it is broadband connectivity that's going to connect you directly to your mobile phone with no separate or costly ground antenna or specialized phones. So like we've already said, it connects you directly to your phone, the phone that you're probably watching this on right now. That is how simple it is to connect to. So why is nobody already doing this? Well, it's early days, and there are 750 plus patents from Spacemobile. So that's a lot of patents right there, but at the end of the day, that's not something that kind of makes me think, oh, nobody's going to jump on this. You know, there's lots of ways of getting around patents or coming up with new ideas. Take the EV market, for example. You know, Tesla was the leaders for years and years, and they probably still are, but we are seeing more and more upcoming EV companies which can find ways around patents. So there is a potential for that, but at the end of the day, if this is something that is a problem, and if this is something that, you know, is going to make money, there is plenty of room for that to happen. At the end of the day, you have to start somewhere. This company is starting. So I do immediately from the outset think this is a bit risky because there is no immediate thing that says somebody can't copy this. And with a lot of upcoming companies, we may well see that in the future. But if they can get a lead in the market, that is giving them a good head start for sure. And this brings us nicely on to their investors or their partners. Number one, Vodafone. Vodafone is absolutely huge. It is the number one mobile network operator outside of China. You probably know it if you're from anywhere in Europe or the UK, maybe the US, I'm not too sure, but this is an absolutely huge company. Following on from this list, Rakuten, American Tower, and Samsung. Another three giant companies there. And look at their customers. They have some big customers there as well. Telecom and AT&T. I think we all know AT&T. They are one of this company's customers. Now we go further down this presentation, and it does like to keep reiterating that it is the first and only broadband to mobile phones, which is amazing. And it goes on to actually list off some other companies here. And I know you're probably all thinking, SpaceX, Starlink, where are they? Well, they're on this list right here. You can see here, you've got direct via specialized mobile phones, a list of some companies, and then under the more satellite ones, or the ones that provide that are a bit more costly to run, you've got their SpaceX and Amazon as well on that list. So there are some big companies on that list, but there's only one company that is connected to directly to your mobile phone, AST Spacemobile. So I really want to jump to their phase section here because this is what's going to make them the money. They need to go through the phases to build on that revenue. And we already touched on what they're going to do with that first set of capital from the merger. That's going to help them with phase one. And commercial service will be expected to be offered the beginning in 2023. So that's 2 years time. We're almost in 21. 2 years time until they're going to make any revenue. And that's going to be offered out to 49 countries. So that is when they're planning on starting to make some revenue, and phase one should offer it to 1.6 billion people. We then move on to phase two. We'll go into North America, Europe and Asia. Phase three, and by phase four, we're going to see full coverage worldwide. And you can see at the bottom there, 2027, this is the projected subscribers, and it's going to be full coverage worldwide. So it's needless to say that is quite ambitious. We're only talking 7 years. We're actually 6 years. We're talking 2027 for that. Just to quickly run you through their financial projections here. So the main thing we'll look at here is the revenue, to be honest. We can see there's no revenue expected for 2021 or 2022, but come 2023, that's when they start to make a bit of revenue, $181 million, and this continues to go up and up. It then goes there to $9 billion in 2027, $9 billion. And if we're going to be even more ambitious, 3 more years on from that, $16.5 billion in 2030. If they can hit those goals, that would be absolutely incredible. And I'm sure this current share price, this current market cap valuation is going to be blown out of the water. And I do believe there is a lot of room for growth here. Maybe that's quite ambitious, 16 billion, maybe 9 billion is ambitious. But either way, if it gets anywhere near those sorts of revenue income, that sort of revenue right there, this share price could easily 10 or even 50x. You know, this is really a great opportunity to get in at a company at an early stage. It's definitely a risky investment, that's for sure, you know, higher risk, but hopefully higher reward. There's no one else doing this at the moment, but it's not to say that somebody else can't. So you've got to get in there early, and hopefully this company can start to make that revenue and get underway. So let's have a very quick look here at the share price. Like we say, ticker symbol NPA at the moment. It's a very, very new SPAC stock. It's just come out and it's had a bit of a run up, okay? It's been going up, started around about $10 or so. It's been going up and up and up. and it hit out $14.35. And yeah, it's kind of sitting around the $14 mark at the moment. So it's still very early days, and I do believe that this probably will see a run up. It's had a bit of pullback already, which is quite early, but yeah, this is a SPAC stock. It probably will see a run up. The downside to this isn't too bad either. This probably won't go below $10. So we're looking at 14 at the moment. If this goes a little bit lower, I think it's a perfect price to get in at. But I do think this will run up, and I think we could easily be seeing price targets of $20 to $30 on this company, especially the closer we get to the merger date being completed. This is very new, but like I say, it's in such an exciting sector going forward. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. This is high risk, but it doesn't have any debt, and it's got cash now going forward. So it's in quite a good position to, make something of itself. The only thing is here, obviously, it's not going to be making any revenue for the next couple of years. So if you are investing into this company, you really have to love where they're going, their vision, and love the sector as well. I've opened a very small position in this company because I do actually like where it's going. I know it's high risk, but hopefully we get some high reward. Let me know your thoughts on this company. I know a lot of people are probably on the fence or probably staying clear, and that's perfectly fine. This is a high risk company. You've got to be willing to ride those waves, because I'm sure we're going to see a lot of waves on this stock over the coming weeks and months. And if you've enjoyed this video, you just want to help me out, or you love all things stock market, then smash the like and subscribe to my channel. It really is appreciated. Thanks for watching, and until next time.